we can just go ahead and step right in. And you're going to talk to Garzin. And we're just going to do it on normal. This is a free-to-play raid. Only our second free-to-play raid, I think. Second to Legendary, or to Tempest Mine. And there is no flagging for this one. And this is the raid that concludes the storyline, or at least the culmination of the storyline of the Lanterns in the Mist event on Cormier. Okay, everybody's in. Let's get some buffs. And we can pretty much explain this one as we go. We are going to do the optional since this is a teacher raid, but full disclosure, in my guild raids, we don't do the optional anymore because we don't feel that it's worth it. You just get some Threads of Fate. You get an extra chest that has Threads of Fate and upgrade ingredients, but you don't really need that many upgrade ingredients, so we're finding we're getting enough from our, you know, skipping the optional, which saves time and resources. So, but we will be doing the optional because of the teacher raid. All right, let's go. All right, if we were skipping the optional, you would talk to this guy here and just say, you know, you can make a deal with him and he just disappears and you don't get the extra chest. Otherwise, you can fight him and his minions. And so the way this is going to work is, well, Gijo, just go ahead and get it started and I'll explain it. So the way this is going to work is that, you know, we're just going to beat down Ragmorth, the Baylor. But he's going to summon demons. And he will be invulnerable when the demons are out. And see how he's shadowy right now? When he's shadowy, he's invulnerable. But I think you can still kill him with sneak attacks. I mean, I think you can still DPS him with sneak attacks. But you should focus on these little demon cohorts, because while they're alive, the Baylor cannot be DPS'd other than, again, I think sneak attacks. So we want to focus on the little demons. When the little demons are shadowy, they are invulnerable. The way you bring down their shadow shield is by getting them in the line of fire of the boss's electrical attack. You'll see he puts down like a straight, a long straight box like he is right now. If that demon's in that path, then that will bring down his shadow shield, and then you can kill the little demons. So we want to focus on the little demons, and then if there are no little demons, you want to beat down the Baylor. Okay, so you can see the Baylor is colorful and not shadowy. That means you can DPS him. And if you're not the tank, you should DPS him from behind. He is much the same as the Baylor from Fire over Moorgrave, so when he jumps like that, you want to be off the ground. Otherwise, it hurts, as you just saw. There is no death timer in normal. Somebody raised Talio with a small... Oh, no, maybe you raised yourself with your Death Pact. Okay, we got little demons out. The Baylor is shadowy, so let's just back off DPS. We're going to have the tank will bring the... I could probably intim them over, too. So if you had, like, an off-tank in here, that could be a job for an off-tank to, like, gather up the demons and bring them over to the main tank. Which they're right behind you, Bolo. Okay, their shield is taken down, so go ahead and beat on the little demons. And once the smaller demons are dead, the Baylor's shadow shield will come down. One difference between this Baylor and Fire over Moorgrave is that this guy doesn't stack up electrical vulnerability, so his electrical attacks aren't nearly as scary. Go ahead and beat on the Baylor. Alright, we got little guys up again. We got a Glabrazoo, bringing them over. And we got 2 Glabrazoos. There'll be about 4 rounds of these demons too, by the way. This part's a little chaotic. I haven't come up with, you know, a orderly way to do this. But like I said, we decided in our guild raids that we're not even doing this optional anymore. Oh, make sure you get your curses. The curses make you immune to healing. I guess I forgot about that part during the write-up. Sorry about that. You can also help kill the little shadow. Shadows, the trash mobs that spawn. One of the demons is vulnerable, so go ahead and beat him down. We have another Glabrazoo here that still has his shadow shield up. Okay, the Glabrazoo is vulnerable. Go ahead and beat him down. The shadows can be insta-killed with turns, with you know, undeath to death, I suppose, sunburst. If anybody watching on Twitch has questions about this raid, let me know. Okay, we got little demons up again, and his shadow's down, so go ahead and beat on the Hezru. And then we have one more Glabrazoo coming in from the side. The spawn locations for the demons, I believe, are the same every time. Looks like my intent might not be good enough for this guy. Oh, I got him. Okay, we got one more Glabrazoo coming in. It's behind the boss right now. Make sure you stay on top of your curses so that you can be healed. Okay, now we just need to beat down the boss and we're done with the optional. Good job. The extra chest will be at the end of the raid. Go ahead and click through to the temple entrance. Nothing else to do here. And we got 2 rest shrines. You can actually come back later and use them, but we will not need to save them both. We probably won't even need to save one, so I would recommend go ahead and resting if that's helpful to you. Okay, up ahead and around the corner to the left, to the right is your crafting altar where you can upgrade stuff. It's the Hydra scales that are the upgrade ingredient. And then to the left, you're going to want to grab us a lantern from this lantern stockpile. Okay, then you're going to want to drag the lantern from your inventory onto a hotbar. It's a very important mechanic in the raid. And I'll explain what it's used for when we get there, but for now, just make sure you get a lantern and drag it onto your hotbar. Once you click it, it will equip it. It equips it to your cosmetic offhand slot so it won't interfere with your actual gear. So everybody get that lantern loaded up. when we continue through this misty door, you're going to randomly be placed in one of 3 zones. It's a relatively small, well, it's maybe medium-sized zone, and it's kind of like a little bit of a maze that you have to find your way through. There's going to be some baddies. There's going to be some like glowing red orbs in one of them. Stay away from those. They're going to damage you. There's going to be some like skulls that have like this. They're like sentinel skulls that have a path that show you know, where they're going to fire, so you kind of want to stay out of that if you're worried about the damage. Shouldn't be too much on normal, but you might want to avoid it. In some of the instances, if there's like wind that's going to push you, so be careful. In one of the instances that's kind of like the White Plume Mountain platforms where you're dodging the geysers of hot mud, there's going to be mobs down below, so if you fall, you'll have to kill them. And then like a prismatic ramp will appear on the far side that you can get up. So basically, we just need to make our way through these little zones to get to the end fight. So there should be someone with you, because, you know, everybody gets put in there at random, I believe. And so you shouldn't be alone. Go ahead and click through the misty door and just do your best to make your way through. Also, there might be a point in which you have to come back later to get lanterns. There'll be a misty door in the end fight that you click through, and it'll take you back to where we entered there. And you would just, you know, get more lanterns, and then come back. You have to make your way through this again. So it's good to know, you know, how to quickly get through this, because you don't want to be away from the end fight for too long. Go ahead and click through the misty door. And let's see, don't move. I don't know if mobs are going to spawn right away, but I'm hoping that we can just stand here and wait for everybody to get through before we activate things. I want to at least make sure all the new folk are through. Okay, yeah, please wait right here and don't move. It looks like this part's not starting yet. Okay, we're just missing Talio. And he is now through. Great. Okay, if you look around, you're going to see 5 circles. Some of the circles have lanterns in them. We need to make sure that those circles are white, and when they have 3 lanterns in them, they will be white. When they have no, I think it's no lanterns is red. Blue is if it has 2 lanterns in it, but white is if it has 3. We need to make sure those stay white. I'm honestly not sure if they need to stay white for the entire instance, or if it's just while we're like using that circle. In any event, if at any point the circles become red because they have no lanterns in them, then we're all going to take a bunch of damage. So it's really, I guess it is important for the whole, basically for the whole raid, to make sure they have at least some lanterns in them. What we have decided we like to do is that the tank will use his lanterns or her lanterns to light these original circles, because during this part of the raid, we're just going to be beating down trash mobs until the Hydra is summoned. And so a tank doesn't need to be here for the Hydra, so it's easier for them to use up their lanterns and then go back and get more while everybody else is beating down trash, since the Hydra's not here right away anyways. The priority trash kill is the Mist Stalkers. Those are red names. It's very important that basically everybody, you know, except the tank, DPSs them down. The Mist Stalkers will go into these circles, and for every 5 seconds they're in a circle, they'll extinguish a lantern. And as I said, if the circle goes down to no lanterns and is red, we're all going to be taking damage. So you can imagine that if like Mist Stalkers overrun us and get all of our circles down to red, you know, we're going to get overwhelmed with damage pretty damn fast. So Mist Stalkers are the priority kill. Once we light all the circles, the ritual is going to start counting up. And once the ritual is at 100%, then the Hydra will appear. The tank will grab the Hydra. And when the Hydra, when we DPS the Hydra down, I think it's like in about 20% intervals, maybe 15, a head will fall off, and the head will be alive. And it'll be like jumping around, and we need to kill the heads in a predetermined circle. The first head has to be killed in the northwest circle. It's like a dot curses that we get when there's no lanterns and the circles are red. So we have to kill the first head in the northwest circle, and then from there it's just moving clockwise around. So then it's like northeast, and then southeast, and then southwest. So we want to make sure we're not beating the Hydra down too much until we get it in position. You don't want to, what we like to do is bring the Hydra over to the corresponding circle, and then the heads will actually fall off in a predetermined side. It's left first, I believe, then the right, then a right head, then a left head, then a right head. So if you position the Hydra correctly, you can actually get the head to fall off right in the circle. The advantage of doing that is you only have about 30 seconds to beat down the head. If you don't beat down the head within 30 seconds, it will just regrow on the Hydra. So you're wasting a lot of time if you don't kill the head in time. So when the heads spawn, they are the priority kill. Even more important than the Miststalkers. You know, we can let the Miststalkers run amok for 30 seconds. It's fine, most likely. It's really important we get the head down. Otherwise, we're just going to have... The Hydra will heal back up when it regrows a head. So if we're not killing the heads fast enough, this can go on forever. Then if there's no active head, the priority kill is the Miststalkers. So we're going to take the Hydra from circle to circle to circle. When a head falls off, we beat it down in the right circle. You'll know the head's close enough to the circle if the center of the circle turns green. If the circle of the center circle is green, we'll be good to go. It's safe to kill the head. Once we kill the first 4 heads, then we take the Hydra with its final head into the center circle, and we kill it there, and then we win. It's never-ending trash, never-ending Miststalkers, and never-ending Hydra if we don't kill the heads fast enough in the circles. When you run out of lanterns, you can go back through the misty door that we just came through at any time and get more lanterns. However, I don't know the best way to organize it, but I can tell you that one time in one of our guild raids, we had too many people leave to go get lanterns, and things really fell apart in here. So I don't have any special advice for you other than it's probably important that people just don't randomly go in there, maybe announce that you're going so we have a feeling for like how many people are there, because you don't want to have too many people gone from this end fight. There's going to be, the Hydra's going to do a lot of poison damage, and if you get hit by its breath attack, it does hit pretty hard. And it can stack up vulnerability. And there's also going to be this like, I forget what it's called. It's like decaying mist or something that can appear around you. It's basically like a fog, kind of like what we're in now. If you get that, you can drop a lantern just by clicking the lantern, and it will make it go away. And if there's anybody near you, it'll make it go away on them as well. You can also help kill trash. This raid's pretty new, so, tactics will no doubt be refined. So some groups may assign trash killers. But we've just been kind of, killing trash, when we kill the Miststalkers and stuff. So we haven't really been assigning people to trash duty, but maybe that's a better tactic. Like I said, this raid is still very new, so I'm just doing the best I can to explain it. And, like I said, tactics will most likely, evolve over time. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Bolo, if you want to light the original circles for us. So Bolo's just going to walk over to the circle and click his lantern. That drops a lantern down, and that circle will turn white. And he's going to go drop them into the other ones. Once all the circles are white, you will see that the summoning ritual will start to count up, and that'll show in the quest box in the upper right-hand corner. Great. Bolo, if you want to go get more lanterns now, that'd be awesome. And notice it says summoning progress is 0%. We can just kill trash, Miststalkers are the priority. Kill trash, Miststalkers are the priority. No death timer on normal, but there is on higher difficulties. Once the summoning progress reaches 100%, the Hydra will appear across from where we originally entered. Miststalker in the southwest. They're not, like right now you can't target them. They're not always targetable right away. Great. As I said, if a Miststalker gets into a circle, for every, I believe it's 5 seconds they're in the circle will, a lantern will be extinguished. So if you see a circle that doesn't have 3 lanterns in it, and you'll be able to see from a distance because it won't be white, anybody can go ahead and pop a lantern down into it. There's another Miststalker. Also, the number of lanterns you get changes by difficulty. So like on normal, I guess you get 8, and then like on hard, I think you get 6 charges, and on elite it's 5. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's right. But the point is, you don't get as many charges on higher difficulties. I just can't remember the exact number. Miststalker northwest. Our summoning progress is at 50%. And our tank is back with fresh lanterns. If you go get more lanterns and you already have them, let's say you had 1 charge left, but you're like, hey, now's a good time to step away to get more, you would have to destroy the lantern in your inventory to pick up another one. So it doesn't just refresh the charges. You have to like pick up a new lantern, but you can only carry 1 at a time, so you must destroy the one you already have.
Request.
Also, don't you have to use lantern on the Miststalkers to damage them?
Yes, thank you for saying that. I forgot the Miststalkers, when they spawn, may have a shadowy, they may be invulnerable, and so then you may have to drop a lantern on them to bring down their shadowy shield. Thank you so much for saying that. Okay, the Hydra's up. I think they did a good job on the Hydra. It's based on the artwork for the 5th edition Hydra, and that's what the 5th edition Hydra looks like.
Okay, I'm going to try to position the Hydra in the northwest to start.
Yep, let the tank get the Hydra to the northwest circle before you start beating on it too much, please. The Hydra can be sometimes very challenging to move. Last night when we did it in our guild raid, it just did not want to move for me, but it's moving pretty good right now. So, like I said, the heads fall off left first, then right, left, then right. So, Bolo's going to want to position the Hydra like on the side of the circle so that if it falls off to the left, the head falls right in the circle. Miststalker. Miststalker southwest. And then go ahead and beat on the Hydra. Miststalker southeast. Head will
Just be
fall.
aware there is a skull right by this circle in front of the Hydra.
Head's about to fall off. Head's off. We need to get it over into the circle. Do not kill it there. We need to get it over the circle as fast as possible. Bring it over to where the Hydra is. Okay, kill the head. The center circle is green. Kill the head as fast as possible. All DPS on the head. Okay, good job. Now we're going to take the Hydra to the next circle, which is the northeast circle. You can kill Trash while he's moving the Hydra. There's not never-ending waffles. I'm sorry, Really Kumis.
Okay, tar bubbles would apparently be bad. Seem to be bad. The dragon, or getting the dragon Hydra's aggro.
So you can see I have this fog effect, which is called Hungry Mists. I believe the longer that the Hungry Mist is on you, I think it's going to debuff you. So you can just drop a lantern on yourself to get rid of it. Or if somebody drops a lantern near you, it'll get rid of it too. So now the Hydra's head will fall off on the right side. So that's a pretty good spot, Gijo. Go ahead and beat on the Hydra. Remember, stay out of the path of the skulls if you're worried about that damage. Head is down, circle is green, circle is now not green. We need to get the head over into the circle. Great, circle's green, kill the head as fast as possible. Great, now we need to, that head will stay dead. We need to move the Hydra to now the southeast circle. So work on trash while the Hydra is being moved, please. If you got the mist, drop a lantern on yourself, preferably near others, to get rid of that. And again, if we didn't kill the Hydra head within about 30 seconds or so, I don't know the exact time, but it might be 20, 30 seconds, it will just regrow on the Hydra, and the Hydra will get it, you know, some of its health back. So now the Hydra's head will fall off on the left side. Great, the Hydra's in a pretty good spot right now. Go ahead and DPS the Hydra. You can see even on normal, our tank is taking quite a bit of damage. Head, head, head. All DPS on the head. It's in the circle. The circle is green. We are good to kill. Don't pull it out. Somebody's pulling it out.
There is a healing amp debuff in this raid. My healing amp is currently at -80, when normally it's around 200.
Head's dead, baby.
That
Good
explains
job.
the healing.
Take it to the final circle. We got a Mist Stalker at the final circle. You are so mean. I'm sorry. I want to give you waffles. I just don't have the technology. It's not for lack of want. It's for lack of technology. Again, if you have the Hungry Mist fog on you, if it appears to be foggy where you're at, you can just drop a lantern, but preferably do it around other people because it'll drop the mist on them as well. Mist Stalker, and you have to drop a lantern on the Mist Stalker to bring down its shield. This final head will fall off on the right side. I think I'm going to start assigning one person to trash in our runs, because that way they can kind of keep an eye out. Head, 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 for Mist Stalkers and stuff. Remember, keep the head in the circle. Good job. Now we just need to kill the Hydra in the center circle and we win. So let the tank take the Hydra over the center circle. Kill trash in the meantime.
Mist Stalker in the southwest. Hydra's in the middle.
Go ahead and kill the Hydra, guys. As soon as the Hydra dies, we win. All trash disappears. So just all dips on the Hydra right now. Great job, guys. Congrats on your first den of Vipers. If you have any questions, let me know. Or if you have any questions after, you know where to find me. I'll be streaming on DDO stream for another hour and a half. The left chest is the named chest. The right chest is the optional chest. And the optional chest just has Hydra scales, the upgrade ingredient, and maybe Threads of Fate as well. No Threads of Fate for me. Oh, it looks like it does not have Threads of Fate. Okay, so it's just Hydra scales. Yeah, totally not worth it in my opinion. But if you were in a hurry to get upgrade ingredients, then I guess you could do the optional. It doesn't take that much time. Tanya in chat is asking, is there anything that gets rid of the heal amp debuff besides death? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, Tanya. Still learning the finer points of this raid myself. Okay, guys. High Lords, thanks so much for coming out. Everybody, great run. If you have any questions, let me know. And don't forget to turn it in.